If you know Tesla, you know there are certain cars that they tout about above all others, mainly because their performances are one that are stronger than other models, even if those models are honestly really good. For Tesla, that would be their Tesla Roadster model. It has been their bread and butter in many ways, and as a result, they focus a lot on not just making it great, but making future versions of it, including the 2.0, even better. But how does this supercar compare to other supercars? Allow us to break it all down. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 4. Tesla Roadster versus Ferrari SF90 Stradale. So let's get right to the comparison, shall we? First up is the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. This car is one of Ferrari's big attempts to go into the electric side of things. It's not fully electric to be clear, but it does have those capabilities. The car has 3 electric motors, 2 at the front, 1 at the rear axle, coupled with a V8 engine. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, which is 0 to 60 miles per hour, in 2.5 seconds, which is honestly pretty impressive. Meanwhile, with the pure electric drivetrain, the next-gen Tesla Roadster prototype does so in 2.1 seconds. However, Elon Musk was quick to point out via Twitter, because of course he does it there, that the Tesla Roadster has a rocket booster option and thus will make the car even faster. So if we're going to take this at face value and then adding in the 10,000 Nm of torque versus 800 Nm, Tesla's Roadster will leave the Ferrari SF90 in the rear view mirror in terms of raw power and speed, which no doubt makes Elon Musk very happy. Plus, let's not forget a key factor in these comparisons, the price. Ferrari is a Ferrari when it comes to the price, and SF90 Stradale has a $1 million price tag, versus the next-gen Tesla Roadster, which only costs $200,000. Even the Founder Series Roadster has a $250,000 price tag, and thus honestly can't count because they're not being sold, but rather being given away via a rewards program raffle. Because of course, that's how they're doing it. So in this comparison, Tesla totally wins. They have a faster car, a purely electric car, versus a hybrid, and they're able to do more torque, more for the driver, and of course, cost 1/5 of the Ferrari. Now, that's not to say that future Ferraris can't do better, but they have a bit of a ways to go in order to match up with the Tesla. Next, number 3, Tesla Roadster versus Bugatti Chiron.
Driver feels comfortable in the car and that you can drive that kind of speed without any risk.
Bugatti, another classic car brand that's aiming to be the best of the best. And to be clear, they have made some awesome cars along the way, and arguably one of their slickest by far, the Bugatti Chiron, which especially in its blue paint job is sleek, lightning fast, and so much more. But does the supercar stack up against the Tesla Roadster? Might be surprised by some of the breakdown, so let's take it step by step. In the 0 to 60 speed test, the Roadster has it. With the rocket boost, they can do it in 1.9 seconds, while the Chiron can do it in 2.4. But a half of a second isn't too much to brag about, right? So let's look at the next metric. Top speed actually goes to the Chiron. The Roadster can go about 250 miles per hour at max, give or take. While the Chiron is able to do 261, which is very impressive. But it's only about 10 miles per hour better. Let's be honest, who's going to be able to drive it at times at those top speeds? Exactly. So let's move on. Here's a big metric, the range. According to the stats, the Bugatti Chiron can go about 286 miles on one tank, versus the Roadster, which on one charge can go 620 miles. That's well over double the range of the Chiron, plus you're not wasting money on gas. In terms of seating, yes, this matters. Chiron only seats 2, as it's meant to be a very sleek luxury car, while the Tesla Roadster can seat 4 because it's meant to be for anyone to drive. Finally, the price. Tesla Roadster, as noted before, is $200,000. Bugatti Chiron, $3 million. Yep, that's a fact. The Roadster is literally 1/15 the price, has over 2 times the range, is faster in the speed test in the 0 to 60 metric, barely loses in top speed, and can seat more people. The Bugatti got some points, but not enough. Next! Number 2, Tesla Roadster versus Acura's NSX.
It just has no lag when you lift off the brake.
Let's get right into this one, okay? Acura's NSX uses a 3.5-liter twin-turboed V6 hybrid with a net system output of 573 horsepower and 476 pound-feet of torque. The engine and one electric motor power the rear wheels, while two electric motors motivate the front wheels to also make it all-wheel drive. Power for the NSX 3 motors comes from a 1.3 kilowatt battery. For comparison, the battery of the Tesla Roadster is 200 kilowatt. That's a big difference. What's more, while the Acura NSX has some power, it lacks in fast speed and overall speed. It only goes 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, and its top speed is only 191 miles an hour. However, the Acura NSX is cheaper at $156,000. But it only seats 2 people, so you need to keep that in mind as well. In many ways, the NSX is a less refined kind of Tesla Roadster. It has its own perks, but it honestly doesn't measure up where it counts. Next! Number 1, Tesla Roadster versus Porsche 918 Spyder. The Porsche 918 Spyder is a plug-in hybrid that uses a 4.6-liter V8 with 2 electric motors. One motor works with the engine to provide extra kick to the rear wheels. The other powers the front axle of the all-wheel drive 918. The motor is powered by a 6.8 kilowatt battery and gas engine combined to deliver 887 horsepower and 944 pound-feet of torque. So, right off the bat, this Porsche may have power, but it's outclassed by the Tesla in many ways due to the Spyder being a hybrid. But we'll look beyond that for now. The 0 to 60 speeds is about 2.5 for the Spyder, and it does have a good top speed at about 214 miles per hour. But that's still weaker than the Roadster, especially in the top speed category. But the worst part of the Porsche by far is its price. It's $845,000. That's well over 4 times what the Tesla Roadster is, and it's a hybrid, so you're going to be paying more after the fact because of it. So yeah, Porsches are nice, but the Tesla is more practical in basically every metric. And there you go, everyone. A look at the various elements of the Tesla Roadster supercar and how it stacks up to other cars out there. Which other supercars out there do you feel matches up best with the Tesla Roadster? Do you think any of them will truly outperform it in the long term? Or will these other companies need to step up to beat the Roadster and Tesla? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.